If everyone here is an iteration of the primary self, if we're speaking in terms of being stuck in the machine, if everyone here who is here currently and who has been here and who will so-called be here in the future is simply a version of the primary self who got stuck, and if the machine has machine learning, which it most likely does, I mean, if it adapts to the circumstances which are happening inside of it, then that means that all of the iterations of the primary self that made headway in being released, i.e. the Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, who are the other main ones? Babaji. Then you have your contemporaries like Adyashanti, Muji, Shunyamurti, and a whole bunch of other. There's a whole bunch of other ones currently as well. Alan Watts, even. The Jed McKenna. I mean, everyone who has ever even so much as made an attempt at doing what could be called escaping, samsara, or the endless rebirth cycle, or hopping off, the wheel. See, the thing you have to remember, and this is all my opinion, you gotta remember that too. The thing you have to remember is that if the machine is learning, then all of those guys that are an aspect of yourself, or the overself that's stuck, those guys, their methods are known now by the machine. So most likely what would happen if, say you really tried to model yourself after Jesus, or say you really tried to model yourself after the Buddha, who says, you gotta be a renunciate, you gotta sacrifice all of your desires. If you look at it in terms of scientific approach, don't even do that. Just look at it in terms of this piece over here did something. It created a pattern. Elaborate and detailed as it may have been, it's still a pattern that is now within the machine's memory. So it's known. And this is probably what Og is talking about when he says, when you start approaching the machine itself, you start actually seeing the parallel waves, timeline waves. You start seeing them start undulating along with the current linear singular timeline that you have been in your whole lifetime as far as perspective. So as you approach the actual machine, or the actual exit, if there is such a thing, then all of these peripheral and or parallel timelines will start mirroring themselves in to the central one that you're on, and it will confuse matters. And I have a feeling if you try to model yourself after any one of the gurus who claim to have escaped, you're using known tactics, and you'll just get what will happen. So in terms of this, with this understanding, if you choose to take it, And if you choose to believe that you're stuck in a, you know, in a machine, these are, it's a multifaceted thing that's going on. Then truly you can't follow any. You can't model yourself after any one individual. You have to do the whole thing from scratch, your own way. You have to be. Also, like Og said, you have to create your own individual signature that is not a mimicry of somebody else, because the somebody else's are already all known. I think it's a holiday today because I'm up here at 7 a.m. There's supposed to be bonuses and whatnot, and there are none. And then I had vague remembrances of passengers talking about holidays and whatnot. So I don't think, no bonuses for me. I should go back to bed.